Now everyone will get to work. I know it shall be good. Oh man. Stretch. And we're good. I just really needed that stretch. Ah. Right, let's see if we can find some other music. Train wreck of Electro Swing, I quite like this. It's bouncy and happy. They're just moving so quickly. Is no one dealing with this at all? No? Anyone? Okay. There's a cog here. Someone can get that, please. Thank you. Don't know what you need for this. You need iron, 1 iron, 80 brimstone, 2 fabric, 1 glass, 1 plank. I don't know if I have some grass left. Need some more fabric though. I don't know how much I need. I need some more. Right, we'll make 1 more and then we'll just loop it so we got 2 more ready. That's probably why they were all walking past it, because no one had any use for it. Okay, you just left it there. You've got stuff to do with it. Don't know why you're leaving it. Let off, go to float. One, 2, 3, 4, I think is how much this needs. 1 glass, yes, so it's 4 glass overall and we'll let it make. Okay, see you Crush, thanks for dropping by. And thanks for playing with me earlier. It was great. Right, Charlie's actually doing something with the cog, thank God. Right, so far they are still on the first layer. It's weird, they're like in one area, like they sort of work on a gradient, like they have a highest point and they just sort of slope downwards towards like the back, but they decide which area is the back. And usually it's the bit which is more open to attack, and it's really annoying. But I don't know. It's weird the way they build. Right, they need 2 fabrics, so making 8 pieces of fabric should be enough. Because I prepared enough fabric to make 4 artificer kits. Arbalist kits, even not artificer. So if we have plants mined from here, that should be enough to cover that. So I'm actually going to put down the fabric to make this hat. I don't know. Everyone's just walking around like they don't know what they're doing. Chef Waff. We've got an arbalist now. An artificer. I keep on getting the 2 mixed up. There we go. We now have... and then there we go. We should be able to finish off with that. And then we will make... I don't know what else we'll make. We have 1 rack full of, like, that's empty, so I'm not sure what we'll make. perhaps we could make some normal archers. It wouldn't hurt to have normal archers just on backup. At which point we need... For one, we need 1 rope and 1 fabric, so we'll make... With this, we'll make 4 fabric and 4 rope. Except we'll make it as such, like... So that way, when... Yeah, it's just... It makes everything simpler in the long run. And we should be golden. I just realised Joel Studio said something. Did you guys see my survey for Castle Story New Game Modes? No, I didn't. I didn't know that there was something like that. If you let me know where it is, I'll probably post something there for it, and I'll probably fill out the survey. But as of right now, I have been, unfortunately, away for quite a bit of time away from the Castle Story Discord. Yeah, sure. If you... Right, okay, what you'll have to do is, if you tell me where it is, I'll post the link, yeah, because my chat bots don't let links happen. And when I say chat bots, I mean, like, for example, Nightbot. Nightbot auto-moderates to make sure no links are posted. Free this weekend. Right, so yeah, it's in the Steam forums under general discussion. Okay, I'll get on that. Steam forums. Just gonna quickly put on some more music. Curious to see how many people right now. Actually, no, I'm just gonna put that on. I prefer that. And I got it, there you go. I'll post it in chat. There you go. So if you want to if you want to kind of give a survey and your opinion on what new game modes there is, click on that, and I don't know, George Studios could probably tell you a bit more, because obviously it is his survey. Oh, bollocks, I just realised. Ramen noodles. Pretty easy to defeat that. If they decide to just stop attacking that for no reason. And now I can't see them. Okay. I'll tell them to attack move there, so that way they just attack everything on the way there. You must construct additional pylons. Yeah, well, to be fair, ideally I shouldn't need to. Hopefully I should get this built up high enough, because on the 4th level there's sentinel wards and everything I need. But I've done the stupid thing and not planned ahead at all. So, as a result, I'm stuck behind. I could set them up temporarily somewhere else, but I'd prefer not to, because there's always the chance that they'll get destroyed ahead of time when I don't want them when I don't want that to happen. Right, everyone, return back to base. Awesome. Okay, so we almost have 4 of those. People will be working on that once that's all done. That's great. This is all done. This just needs a single piece of fabric and that'll do the job. That'll do that. And all should be good within the kingdom. And there was much rejoicing. Right, so everyone's currently just getting to work. That's really annoying, the fact that it's just one missing. One singular piece of stone. I find it annoying that less used kits are justified solely for their PvP capability. Yeah, I feel like certain kits, like for example, like the halberdier, I feel like the way the halberdier probably should have worked in Invasion. I think like certain kits should be treated differently in certain game modes. Like for example, I think halberdiers. Once you get to night kits in this, it's pointless. Halberdier kits are completely pointless. If you can't smelt them down, so they're just a waste of space. So what I would propose is it'd be quite cool if like certain kits had extra uses in for example in Invasion mode. So for example, halberdiers had a little bit extra sight than normal knights. So for example, you could set them up at like small outposts. So for example, you could build a wall here, have halberdiers here, or have halberdiers at like, for example, especially on this map where you can't tell which direction they're going to be attacking from, you could set halberdiers up in particular places so they can kind of keep an eye out, and then wherever they're keeping an eye out, obviously you can then have them run back to base and help defend, as well as having night kits just set up where they're going to be attacking from, if that makes sense. Or at least if that, I think halberdiers, what would be really, really cool is if you could set up, like, for example, a line. So, for example, if you could set up a line of bricks up here and have an empty space down here, and obviously something supporting it, and have it so halberdiers could attack through that space. So, for example, there's two, like, yeah, so that was like exactly like that. Halberdiers have 2-block range. That would make perfect sense. Because they do have long, pointy sticks, basically, is what they've got. That's their weapon. It's just a bit annoying to see that despite having really long pointy sticks, they never use their really long pointy sticks. They grab it basically at the sharp end and just jab. At which point it's pretty much just a knife. It's not a long pointy stick, as I'm gonna keep on saying. But it's like that kind of thing. It's like, well, admit that would be really useful, because then you could have, like, for example, you could have 2 high walls where you could have halberdiers attacking from above, whilst they themselves can't be attacked. Like, that kind of stuff. That would be perfect. So giving certain characters a bit more oomph in certain game modes. Like, for example, alchemists. Useless in Invasion because they don't have knockback. They do a lot of damage to buildings, which there are no buildings. Oh, right, that's all done. Okay, expand that down a bit. There are no buildings by Corruptrons, so you can't exactly do that. Right, everyone get to work. Just get something done. For the love of God. I'm not sure why no one's working on this. Please work. There we go. People are... Yeah. There we go. Just 8 of them. Just swarming the thing. But yeah. Thing is, if you have enough knights to put halberdiers behind, you can avoid their main downside and put their increased damage to use as glass cannons. Exactly. But the problem is setting up like that, because obviously the problem I've found is, for example, if you have knights all in a line, that's fine. If you switch them all to defensive mode, that's fine. But if you have anything behind it, behind the knights, for example, halberdiers will immediately take them over if you decide to make them move. So what I would suggest is it would be really cool if, like, because you can put halberdiers in defensive mode. It doesn't do anything, but you can do it. So it'd be really cool if you could put them into defensive mode and they move the same speed as knights, meaning that you can actually have like a forced push with. So like you have the knights go in, all the knights get attacked, and then you have the halberdiers push, like, attacking from a distance. I feel like that would make a bunch of sense. Alchemist range is too short and they do need some knockback. Exactly, especially, like, I feel like not necessarily a huge amount of knockback in PvP, but I feel like Invasion they should have like much more knockback. Like I'm thinking like, for example, catapults could hit here and launch like corruptrons off, whereas alchemists could throw bombs and like scatter the forces. Because the thing that makes it a problem is the fact that if you have like a massive bulk of corruptrons, the second you get like the second you have like the second they arrive at a single knight, that knight gets swarmed, that knight gets killed. What would be really cool is if, for example, friendly fire wasn't on, or if friendly fire was on, you could make the choice between if I have an alchemist throw a bomb at this guy, it's going to scatter the forces around him, giving him enough time to escape, thus saving the guy. It did a little bit of damage to him, but it saves him. It'd be really cool for like stuff like that to happen. So they'd naturally be hiding behind knights. Yeah, exactly. Something I do think that would be really, really cool, and I've suggested it. Obviously, I'm not sure exactly how it would work, but for example, in PvP, this is an idea for PvP, is if you could save particular maneuvers. So, for example, you could have it so, like, you can call to arms, which just gets them all kitted up. Or you could have them assume previous position. Like you could have them call to arms and then click on assume previous position, then click on one of the selections. So, for example, it could be on the pie menu if you have certain units equipped. So you could like assume previous positions and then set them. So like for example, you have like archers all along the wall. So all you have to do is slide down, assume previous position, and every single one of your military units will immediately run and go exactly where they need to go. As opposed to like, oh crap, I've only got like 2 seconds to react, now to slowly make them all walk into exactly where they need. Like, it's just one of those things that I thought of. And it'd be really, really cool if you could set it so you had like particular squad types. So for example, you could say, oh right, maybe squad 1 is made out of 4 halberdiers and 2 archers. So instead of clicking call to arms, you can say assemble squad 1, and clicking assemble squad 1 will result in 6 of your units getting 4 halberdier kits and 2 archer kits, and then just moving towards the crystal. So it's just like a call to arms, except it's calling particular formations of kits. And then that would make it interesting, because then that would make it sort of like, it would make it a bit more strategic in the sense of a lot of people would probably be going around going, right, okay, well I've got these particular setups, and then other people have got their particular setups. So it's sort of like having a deck of sorts, if that makes sense. So they've got a deck of these particular kind of formations and such, and other characters and other players have different formations. So you can then see like, oh well, I'm going to assume battle setup 1 where I've got 4 halberdiers and 2 archers, and someone's like, oh, I'm going to assume battle setup 1, or my squad 1, which is maybe 1 knight, 2 halberdiers and 3 archers or something like that. And then you've got like, so that way you've got not only a bit more control over battles, but it'd just be really, really cool. Obviously, I can understand that doing this would result in, oh crap, I'm being swarmed, now I'm stuffed, being completely removed from the game, which is sort of half of the thing, half the point. Don't you dare fall off, Sharon. We finally have lanterns. You go put this kit back. Just run back, just run back. We lost a unit, but at least we didn't lose a kit. That's the way I'm looking at it right now, is at least we didn't lose a kit. Now we're about to lose a kit. Yep. Oh, at least we got a unit down. One of the enemies we got killed. Nana, do me a favour. Grab a kit. Attack from a range. We're getting a little bit destroyed, but at least we only lost one unit so far. The distance he covered was astonishing. And we got a unit back as well, so it's alright. And we only lost one kit, so I think that was a good wave overall. We just had them beating the crap out of each other at the end.